Well, let's start with a little sutta, a discourse by the Buddha, where one time the Buddha's attendant, personal attendant, Venerable Ananda, came to the Buddha and said, so far as I can see, half of the spiritual path is good friendship, friendship with good people. And then the Buddha said, do not say that, Ananda. Do not say that, Ananda. It's not half the spiritual life that's good friendship, but it's the entire spiritual life that's good friendship. So I think the most important thing at the outset for entering upon the Buddhist life is to have spiritual friends, friends who are devoted to the same teaching, the same ideals, or even could be different facets of the same teaching, but friends who are together in the Dharma, and then to have opportunities to meet regularly. Like, does this whole group come together every Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good starting point. And then I would suggest that you have like a fixed, I think you probably have beaten me on this, but you have a fixed program of activities, including period of meditation, period of reciting some text together. It could be the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. Okay, a period of listening to a discourse or somebody reading from a book on Buddhism and then having some discussion. And then a period of bringing up, personal problems, personal challenges, and discussing them together. So this is a way for, on the one hand, you have like a direct connection with the Dharma, because you're meeting under the aegis of the Dharma, you're doing meditation, listening to some discourse or some text, and then also you're making connections with each other, personal connections with each other. And so this will be a strong support that will help to carry you through from day to day, from month to month, so that whenever you have personal problems, difficulties, then you have fellow spiritual friends to discuss these problems and questions with. Then in terms of your day-to-day life, is there anybody here who doesn't have a busy schedule? Okay, so everybody has a busy schedule. But I would say it's very important to, even with a pretty busy schedule, to block out a little time each day to have for your own personal cultivation. And you should really regard this as sacred time. Time with, you could put up these metal barricades around it, saying, worldly matters, keep out. This is sacred time and you're not allowed to trespass. Anybody who trespasses will be thrown into prison or fined $1,000. Okay, you block out a little period of time, even if it's just a half an hour in the morning. You have at your home a Buddha altar. You bow down, you recite the 3 refuges. Doesn't matter what language, whether you use Chinese, Pali, English, the 5 precepts, and then just sit quietly for the rest of that half-hour period, doing some kind of meditation, whichever kind you feel congenial to yourself. It could be mindfulness of breathing, could be loving kindness meditation, it could be recollection of the Buddha, whichever you feel most comfortable and convenient to yourself. Then at the end of the period, even just for a few minutes, you share the merits with others. You think, whatever merits I've acquired through this practice, I share this merit with all beings throughout the world. And then think of all other people in this world who are doing meritorious deeds. Rejoice in their merits. You can start with rejoicing in the merits of the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, the great disciples of the Buddha, and then all of your friends, whatever meritorious deeds they're doing, rejoice in those merits. It just takes, to do each of these exercises, sharing the merits, rejoicing in the merits, 1 minute each. And so you block out this half-hour period for paying homage to the Buddha, respects to the Buddha, taking the 3 refuges, reciting the 5 precepts, doing meditation, sharing merits, and rejoicing in merits. And this will be building up an inner core of spirituality, of Buddha spirituality within yourself. And this is not for the purpose of, confirming your identity, I'm a Buddhist, or for having something to boast about. But it's like building up a little nucleus of calmness and peace and spiritual conviction, commitment, right in the center of your life. So when you go out in your day-to-day life, you meet all sorts of, trouble, tensions, conflicts, demands on your time, demands on your patience. Then you can always sort of fall back within yourself on this nucleus or core of quietude and peace and mindfulness that you're building up within yourself, and apply that in your day-to-day life. So to give an example, often when we're going about doing things, other people will criticize us or blame us for doing something wrong, doing something awkwardly. So normally we tend to get upset or angry with them in return. Okay, but if you've dedicated your time to this, even just a little bit of time each day to this practice, when you meet these tense situations, you can just fall back, for example, to your breathing, and just be mindful of breathing before reacting, in and out, in and out. If anger is arising in your mind, you just notice, okay, there's anger, anger, anger. Then turn the anger around by transforming it, or transforming your mind into loving kindness towards the person who's criticizing you. May this person be well, may they be happy, or else they're criticizing me because they have a lot of trouble and conflict in their mind, so may this person be free from trouble and conflict. And so in this way, by building up this, each day, this little nucleus of calm within yourself, then you have, I don't like to use a simile, but I'll use it like a powerful weapon to carry with you in your day-to-day life, not to kill other people, but to kill the kilesas, or whanau, the defilements, whenever they arise in your activities, in your day-to-day activities. And then that will help you to be more peaceful, and also to create a more peaceful environment around you. So people might not know what you're practicing, but if they see that you are calm and steady, that you maintain patience and equanimity, people will start to develop some kind of admiration for you, some trust in you, some feeling of affinity with you, and they'll look to you for guidance and for help whenever there are tough problems that are involving them either personally or in a group. So I say, okay, just to summarize, like the important things, one is to have regular connection with spiritual friends, Buddhist friends, with whom you can meet regularly and share in activities and build up Dharma-based friendships. And the other is to have a personal practice that you develop each day and then carry from your inner shrine room out into your everyday life.